So, on the school bus, Josh and Michael are having an argument on the way to school. Josh is 2 years older, but Michael is mentally stronger and knows how to manipulate, and has threatened to use Josh's teacher, Mr. Goldstein, against him before, but has never, but this time he does. Both of these boys are in special ed. Josh raises his voice at Michael and tells him to shut up on the way off the bus. And Michael says, "That's it. I'm telling Mr. Goldstein." And he does so once he's off the bus. Josh is nervous and is very sensitive to being scolded. And he's watching Michael talk to Mr. Goldstein in front of the school, but doesn't hear the conversation. Mr. Goldstein approaches Josh, and before Josh can say anything, Mr. Goldstein says in a harsh tone, "If I ever hear of you being rude to anyone else on the bus," and Josh says, "I accidentally," and Mr. Goldstein says, "You don't go around accidentally being cruel to people. As I said, if I hear about you being cruel to that student or others on the bus again, you will be put on a report slip and you will lose your bus riding privileges to and from school as well as recess for a week. Your parents will be called and they won't be very happy to have to get you to and from school. Any questions?" Josh is speechless and goes up to class and just gets out his morning work and gets started, but he's feeling very nervous by the way Mr. Goldstein uses the tone that he used, and he's also very nervous about having his parents get involved because that's the one thing he does not want his parents get involved because he knows that they'll yell at him and they'll punish him at home. As I said, Josh is very sensitive to being scolded more than other kids, and he's working on his morning work, and Mr. Goldstein calls him over calmly and says, "What's your side of the story?" And Josh starts crying, and Mr. Goldstein says, "Forget it. I don't want to hear it. I don't need this crying." Because Josh always cries when he gets in trouble, and Mr. Goldstein is just, he's got to stop doing that. So, what is a better way for Mr. Goldstein to approach the issue between Josh and Michael? And how should Mr. Goldstein work with Josh better on emotional challenges such as anger, the way he spoke to Josh on the bus, and the crying, always crying when he gets in trouble or when a situation goes sour? I look forward to seeing your answers.